Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the midweek technical analysis. I hope everybody's out there having a great week thus far. I hope your trading week's been well. I hope it's been profitable. Hope you guys haven't been over leveraging, mismanaging your risk, and I hope everything's been on the up and up for you guys this trading. So, before I jump into it, as always, let me give a quick disclaimer. This is not financial advice. Anything that I share throughout this analysis is for educational purposes only. I repeat, this is in no way financial advice. Any and everything that I share throughout this analysis is for educational purposes only. Cool beans? Cool beans. All right, guys. Looking over the beginning of the week analysis. All right. Hold on, you guys didn't have a beginning of the week analysis this week. Only last week did you guys have an analysis. So we're doing some catching up. Cool beans. So let's get back into it. All right. So last week we were here for the beginning of the week analysis. I told you guys that I expected the dollar to pull back up into the premium price level of Friday's price action. This candle right here, this daily candle that we see right here. I told you guys that I wanted to see price pull up into those levels and then sell off. However, I told you guys um, on the beginning of the week analysis last week that if we did not break back above this fair value gap, this daily fair value gap that we broke and closed below Monday, right? This was last week's Monday's candle, right? And this is the last class that I did was last week for the beginning of the week. I told you guys at 9 o'clock, right, is when I did the class. Well, from 8 to 9, so around 8 to 9 o'clock. I told you guys that if we did not break and close back above this daily fair value gap shaded in blue, this blue rectangle here, I told you that I expected price to sell off and come back down and run this sell side liquidity, right? So as you can see, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday was up days, but we did not break and close above the daily fair value gap. So what did that mean? Well, according to my analysis, I said that if we did not close above that fair value gap, that I expected price to sell off and run this monthly sell side liquidity to the downside. So looks like that's what price reached, right? So it's pretty much as simple as that, you know. It's if this then that scenario always with trading. Now, had we broken close above the daily fair value gap, right, I would have expected price to go ahead and retest those levels that I was expecting price to retest. But being that we did not meet those requirements of breaking and closing above the daily fair value gap, then I told you guys I expected just what we seen sell off and for price to reach towards the monthly sell side. Cool beans? Cool beans. So for the rest of this trading week, I do expect um the dollar to give us a little correction off of this down move here, right? Maybe a little pullback back up into today's price action, right? This is the candle for today's price action. Tuesday. I'm sorry, yesterday's price action, right? I expect price to maybe give us a pullback up into yesterday's price action, right? Before continuing to sell off and run the sell side liquidity and reach down into this imbalance that we see here, right? So that's what I'm expecting out of the dollar going forward. So um looking at currencies, right? I told you guys last week that I expected Euro USD to continue high, right? This is where we was at last Monday, right? We had this pullback down to run Monday's low, right? Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. We pull back down to run Monday's low and run down into this daily fair value gap right here, right? Market, see the daily fair value gap right there, right? Price came down, ran Monday's low, ran down into that daily fair value gap, and then continue higher as my analysis called for. I told you guys last week that I was bullish currencies because I was bearish the dollar, right? So looking at GBP USD, same thing from last week. Last week we pulled back down into this imbalance, fair value gap, and continued higher from there, right? Now going forward this week, I expect us to pull back down into these discount levels here and continue higher for the pound, right? GBP USD, and NZD USD. I'm sorry, EU for Euro USD. I want to start seeing us target some of this sell side imbalance here from yesterday's price action, right? I want to see us reach down into those discount levels in that balance, aka fair value gap, and see how price deals with that area. If we break through it aggressively and close below it, or if we find support there. And if we do find support, I expect Euro USD to continue running high. Last but not least, for currency, NZD USD, I want to see NZD USD pull down into these weekly discount PD array levels, which is around 0.5973 and 0.5967 for NZD USD. I want to see price reach down, find support on those levels, and continue high. Cool beans, cool beans. And last but not least, our futures. I want to see us for tomorrow pull back because, again, whatever I've been preaching for the last 7, 8 months for Thursdays, what does Thursdays typically tend to be? What do Thursdays typically tend to be? Pull back days, pull back days, meaning whichever way the market has been trending for the week on Thursday, price typically tends to give us a pullback out of that trend. Understood? I can't make it any more clear than that. Thursdays typically tend to be pullback days out of the weekly trend. Which way has ES been trending so far this week? Well, let's go to the beginning of the week, right here, Monday. Monday was a bullish day, closed bullish for Monday. Yesterday was an aggressive bullish day to the upside, right? And today was a bullish day. So we've been trending bullish for this week. For this trading week, price has been trending bullish. So if price has been trending bullish for the trading week and Thursday tends to be pullback days, then common sense tells us that for tomorrow we're looking for sale entries on the futures market for ES and for NQ. We're looking to execute sales tomorrow because we're looking for tomorrow to be a bearish day, a pullback out of the 3 bullish days that we've been trending in for this week. Cool beans? Cool beans. And if we can't break and close back below the daily buy side liquidity that we just ran and closed above, then that's telling you that price is gonna continue to be bullish to the upside, and you need to adjust your trades accordingly. And last but not least, for NQ, same exact thing. We see Monday was a bullish day. Yesterday was an aggressive, very aggressive bullish day. And today was a bullish day. So tomorrow we're going to be playing the sell side of the market for NQ, meaning we're only going to be looking to execute sales down into these discounted PD array levels. And then we'll look to take buys off of these levels depending on how price reacts to those levels. So, with that being said, that will conclude the midweek technical analysis. As always, if these analyses add any value to you guys' life, please feel free to like, share, and most of all, subscribe to the YouTube channel. It really helps out a lot. Um, as always, guys, I appreciate you tuning in, coming out to get this knowledge and empower yourself. Let your family and friends know you love them while they still here. Leave. And as always, peace and love, everybody. You know